Hi everyone, it's the big day. So if you have been watching for a while, I've been teasing this for the past few days that something big was happening and it's here. Today you are going to learn about makeup tune-up and I'm so excited. I mean, it doesn't take much to excite me. I'm somebody who loves, I love a celebration. I love a reason to get really into something. And this is by far one of I would say it's one of the most fun things I've ever created. And I created it for you. And I think that is probably what has made the biggest difference is when it comes to makeup, I find that I am always looking for opportunities to make makeup feel easy and accessible for you. But I sometimes, and I hope you'll forgive me, I sometimes get a little stuck in my own head about like my preferences and what I like. And instead, when it came to makeup tune up, I really took a lot of time going through your comments, your feedback, all of the things that you've been saying for weeks, months, for some of you for years, and made something that it's exactly what you want and everything that you need, whether you knew it or not. So, if you're new here, my name's Keela Fowler. I am the founder and CEO of 85 Beauty, and 85 Beauty's mission is to kick intimidation to the curb and make makeup feel easy and accessible. So, we are live today on Facebook and on Instagram. So, if you keep seeing me kind of switch where I'm looking, I have one camera in front of another. And I'm just really excited that you're here. So if you're here and you're watching, please say hello and tell me where you're watching from. It's always fun for me to see where everybody's at. So I'm going to give you a little bit of insight into what happened that made, like what motivated makeup tune up. And then I'm also going to tell you like how you can join out because the doors are open. I opened them around midnight and it's been it's just been really exciting. I went to bed late and I got up early. Like my body was like it was Christmas. I celebrate Christmas. Christmas is big in my family. We love a Christmas celebration. And so I woke up and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's the day. You have to go talk to the people." So so here we are. Okay, when it comes to little background. Okay, I was not allowed to wear makeup until I was 16. It was a rule that my parents had. I grew up doing art. I love to draw, paint, sketch, a lot of different forms. I can't think of the word that I'm looking for. But I love oil painting. I recently started watercolor. And so I love clay. Like I'm an artist. When it was time for me to learn how to do makeup, like, and to be able to do makeup, my mom took me to Clinique and I got like the whole face done. I think she knew inherently because like my mom was just really on the ball. I think she knew that she was unlocking something and she wouldn't be able to stop me once I started. And that's probably one of the reasons why they waited until I was 16 to let me use makeup. And then also, the transformational part of makeup is, you can sometimes look a lot older than you are, and nobody's trying to let their daughter look older than they are. So, long story short, I've been obsessed since I was before 16, but definitely since 16. And the thing that just lights me up every single time when it comes to makeup is when someone looks at themselves in the mirror and has that moment of, I didn't know I could look like that. And it's the most beautiful thing to witness. And what I often find to be true is that when they say, I didn't know I could look like that, what they mean is, I always hoped I could look like that, but didn't know if it were possible. And that's a really important distinction because there's that hope that's in the back of your head about a ton of things. And for so many of you, and for myself, it's that hope that keeps us showing up, right? Every single day in our lives for a variety of reasons. And so this is what I kept coming up against when it came to trying to create solutions to problems. I'm a natural problem solver. I am a little bit of a dog with a bone when it comes to like, oh no, I can find a way. I can find a solution. I can fix this when I am faced with a problem. I have an attitude that is like, we can do hard things. This we can do. I would say that to my students all the time. This we can do. So what kept happening is that I would have conversations with some of the most fabulous women I know, which is basically all of them, because y'all are amazing. I mean, if no one's told you yet today, you're amazing. I would have these conversations, and these are women who wear makeup every day. Not like a glamazon makeup like I have. I went full out today because I was compelled, y'all. It's a celebration. You gotta give it something, you know? But women who wear makeup every day, like some of y'all won't even walk the dog without a little bit of makeup on. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just what you do. It's a part of your getting ready. Same way that you do your hair, the same way that you maybe get your nails done regularly. I just took my nail polish off because I'm going to do a manicure later. But it's just a part of your getting ready process that you do some makeup. So these are women that I was speaking to, and I would notice something, which was that no matter how much change they embrace, their makeup always stays the same. And their makeup always looks nice, but it always stays the same. And I found that really interesting. So my business coach, Steph Crowder, which if you don't know about her, go find out about her at Courage and Clarity. She's amazing. She talks about staying curious. And so I am someone who doesn't actually ask a lot of questions naturally. I tend to have a lot of internal dialogue, and then sometimes I'll like throw a question out there, but I'm always thinking. And the thing that I kept thinking about is, why is it that you'll change your, like you'll upgrade your iPhone every time there's a new one that comes out? Or you will, like, this is the thing I don't understand. Like when it comes to change, you'll embrace change in so many ways. You will, when it is time for like the Kohl's Labor Day sale, you will cash in that Kohl's cash. You're going to get a new outfit. When it is time, especially if you're a teacher, as I am, when it is time for back to school shopping, you're like, gotta get some new outfits. When it is time for the holidays, and I'm talking about all the holidays, St. Patrick's Day, Cinco de Mayo, Labor Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, just fall as an entire season, you will redecorate the interior of your home. And you have the bins, you know, they're like lined up in the garage or in a guest bedroom or wherever you keep your supplies, but you will just like make those adjustments. You might light a different candle for the season. I do that. I tend to switch out my summer candles with my winter candles. But you just never change your makeup. And so I started having more conversation to find out about that. Like what makes it hard? Or are you happy with what you're doing? And what I came to realize, because this is what I kept hearing and I was like, oh, that's interesting, is that you've been doing your makeup the same way that you first learned how to do your makeup because it works, in the sense of you don't know where to start to do something different. Or, and this one I found even more frustrating on your behalf, is that you have tried different things, but it hasn't equated to a different look. It ends up looking exactly the same. And that has to be super frustrating. So I started really working on trying to find a solution for that. And then I had this conversation with a friend of mine, and she also is a client. She participated in my makeup coaching program last summer. And we were talking about the makeup coaching program and the benefits and how she now feels so much more confident making choices. She knows exactly what brands are going to work for her. And she was telling me how great it's been. And I said, okay, well, what would be like a great next step for you? And she said, it would be really great if I could have like a just like a just an update, like how for fashion week, like you just have like a quarterly update that every like 3 to 4 months we would kind of sit down and we would go through, okay, how do I change up my makeup for this season? Or I would love to just have like a second look. Like I have my go-to look now. I know what works, but I want to really have like a second and a third maybe look so that I could just switch things up a little bit. Similar to how I like switch up my outfits. I want to switch up my makeup a little bit more. And I thought, oh, well, yeah, for sure. I can do that. That's easy. And she's like, no. It's not easy. Oh. And that is where I had to get a little more curious because I thought, why? Why isn't it? Help me understand why it's not easy. This I'm hoping is going to make sense to you. If you're good at something, you often have a hard time identifying what's hard about it because you're already good at it. Do you know what I mean? Like if you have a natural affinity for something or a natural talent for something, it comes more easily to you than it does to other people. So you don't actually understand what it's like for it to be hard. So I had to ask those questions of tell me a little bit more about why it's hard. Like what's the struggle? And then I started to have that conversation with a lot more women. And I kept hearing the same things. I have tried a billion mascaras and I've never gone back to the same one. Like it's either it's too thick or it's too wet or it's too dry or it's too clumpy or it makes my lashes look too spidery or it does nothing for my lashes. I just keep trying and trying and trying and I haven't found anything that I like yet. Wow. We need to fix that. So I wanted to add that into something that I created. So that's part of Makeup Tune Up. And then we had this conversation where I would hear, I just don't know what steps to take to get the look that I want. Like I have the idea in my head, but I don't know how to get there. Like where do I even start? Okay, so like a game plan, a step-by-step action plan would be helpful. Okay, so that's a part of Makeup Tune Up. I watch you, Keela. This is what I would hear, right? I watch you, Keela, and the excitement that you get about your makeup, like I get excited for you, but I want to feel that level of excitement. I don't feel that way when I do my makeup. And I was like, but you need to. Like, I want that for you. I need you to feel that way. So that's the part of Makeup Tune Up. I took all of your feedback, and I put it all together to create something that is exactly what I think every woman who's been doing their makeup the same way for the last 10 years absolutely needs. And this is also true if you've been doing your makeup the same way for the last year, because we all need a little tune-up from time to time. When you think of all of the ways that you make adjustments in your life, that you make just like a little shift. Earrings. I just bought these a few weeks ago. I have more coming. These are from Emily Williams. If you follow her on Instagram, she's at Emily Says. She's amazing. I just like a little something new, a little refresh. These headbands, they're by main message on Instagram. I love a little something new. And so if you can identify exactly how you can make those changes in your makeup, the sky's the limit and it allows you to play. And that part of makeup cannot be underestimated. Makeup is supposed to be fun, in my opinion. It should be fun. And it should give you the desired outcomes that you have in your head. That when you get started with your makeup, when you finish, you should feel really, really good about how you look. And you should feel like all of your products did what you needed them to do. If you put on concealer to hide dark circles, those circles should be hidden after you put the concealer on. If it hasn't, that's a problem. And I needed to find a way to make that true for you. That you were going to be able to play around with your outfits, kind of similar to Clueless, in how like she could like just push the little button on her screen and it would put together these different outfits. I want you to be able to put together different makeup outfits, and Makeup Tune-Up does that for you. So that's why I created it. And what it is a group coaching experience where we are going to have 3 group coaching calls. We're going to give you a makeup routine, a look from start to finish, and I'm also going to customize it for each of you based on your needs, your preferences, and what you truly want to look like. So that you can have a couple of different makeup outfits, right? These like makeup routines, these looks that you can put on to make yourself feel and look exactly the way that you want to. Because some days you want to maybe be a little bit more natural. Other days you maybe want to be a little bit more playful and energetic and fun. Maybe you want to kind of kick it into high gear and go into like your sexy, sultry side. And if you don't know what to do to get that look, you're just living in a constant state of disappointment when it comes to your makeup. And that just feeds into this idea that makeup is hard, makeup is overwhelming, I can't do this. And then you just don't bother to do anything to change. That's where you're already at. And I want to get you out of that. So Makeup Tune-Up is going to be an opportunity for you to have that group coaching, for you to get those new looks. And then additionally, we are going to have weekly coffee and cocktail chats. These are going to be like brief 30-minute chats where I give you a prompt ahead of time and we just talk about it. Something similar to, and this is one of my favorites, hot pink lipstick. What are your thoughts? Instantly, when I said that, some of you already had ideas and they may have been like, oh gosh, I could never. Or you maybe had an idea of, ooh, I'd like to try that. Or I rock that every single day. Or, I don't know about that, but I'd be open to hearing a little bit more. Regardless of what your thought was, you had a reaction when you heard that. So we're going to get together. This is a small, intimate group of awesome people that we are curating here. So it's really important that you grab your seat because everyone who's participating in this feels exactly the same way you do. And that's why I wanted to make it a group and have these weekly chats to take out that piece of like, oh, I thought I was the only one who felt this way. Or it's so helpful to know that like I'm not alone in my naiveness, because you're not. You don't know what you don't know. And I want to really give you that tune-up, that update that you need so that you feel just gorgeous and confident and sure about yourself and what you're doing every day that you take time to do makeup. Because if you're going to take yourself and go in front of a mirror and take the time to do anything to your face and you're not feeling great at the end of it, it was a waste of your time. And that's not fair. That's not okay. And you don't have to feel that way. So you can go to 85beauty.com/makeup tune up and secure your spot right now.